in the studio, in the newsroom, reporting to you live in cover. I'm getting wet from this monsoon. I'm on the set.
Getting wet from this monsoon. There's a mosquito. Fly near me, bitch.
Oh
Fly in my air zone.
Oh, did you get it?
No.
Okay, she's about
Normally I'm good, but not today.
You're about to destroy this one. So this time, sister, we're going to talk about the one and only, the YouTube sensation, the Gorl, the Gorl.
The Gorl. Hey, Gorls.
Miss AmberLynn Reid.
Oh, bless her soul.
Bless her heart. She is alive.
Oh, bless her heart. She's alive.
So we have some conflicting, at the Crimson Report, we got some conflicting opinions.
So I've been an observant of this whole debacle since for a good while. I've recently
Not debacle, her life is a debacle.
No, because okay, first of all, I think it's a very scary thing when you look at it, because, you know, I'm a very big picture person. Sometimes I can definitely look at things under a microscope, but I can also look at it from an airplane and be like, wow, look at this.
What a broader view.
What a broader view. And let me tell you something. Seeing it from a broader view, I think it's very worrying that you start your channel in the hopes of losing weight at a certain weight, and then here in this day and age of 2021, you have almost you have doubled.
Yeah.
The amount of weight that you've had starting with. Like, that is freaking scary. And now you're at the point where you're almost bedridden, if not already are so.
And didn't she just break up with Miss Becky?
It was
Peggy?
mutual, but I know Miss Becky was just ready to start focusing on herself because she was withering away too. All her pets are also overweight.
Oh, well, that tends to be no tea, no shade.
No shade.
So I will be the one to point out, I will say, I have noticed that there have been a lot of channels dedicated to talking about Miss Gorl, and I will say, whether you hate her or love her, you gotta admit that she's entertainment for the girls, because y'all love to talk about her.
We love to talk about her Walmart hauls and the 50 million journals, the 60 million earrings.
I will say, me and you have talked about it, she is a little bit of a hoarder. She like me. I love to buy 2,000 notebooks.
Trinkets
and brinkets.
Right.
I know, girl.
Gadgets and gizmos aplenty.
she's literally collecting and hoarding shit at this point.
I just was kind of baffled that she was trying to, sell it back.
Girl, I was just about to say that. It wasn't she just called up for a controversy talking about she was trying to sell back her earrings?
The thing is that with AmberLynn, I just feel like she can't commit to anything. Not that this is a read to the die too, but
she should have just done that on eBay. No tea, no shade. She should have just done that on eBay, and she would have gotten her coin. I feel.
Pretty much, like.
Why she didn't just do that on eBay? Because I heard that she did it on some website, but then the website was like, "Mama, you can't do that. That's reselling."
Miss Depop was like, "No."
Oh,
and
Depop.
you wore them.
Oh.
Like, no. The thing is, too, it's like, she just doesn't commit to anything. Like, even when she comes up with, like, new things for her channel, she's very quick to, like, girl, even with the diets, I was on Jenny Craig. Jenny Craig lasted for 2 days.
I will say, Miss Gorl,
how
do you not feel some type? How do you record yourself after the last video you told these people, hey, I started this thing, I'm on the live? How do you then record yourself being like, hey guys,
like, y'all, I could never face
bucket of grease in front just bucket of lard in front of you.
My thing is, like, she'll try to make these healthy foods or these concoctions because there's videos out there where people try to replicate her recipes and they're like, girl, what is this?
Yes.
But it's like she'll make these foods and then she'll get ginormo portions. Like, this was the only bowl I had, and it's like, girl, that's for a whole brisket.
When she used, I think she said she was trolling, but when she did that mukbang with the cereals, and I was like, that is like a turkey bowl, like for a Thanksgiving turkey. That's not a bowl for like, come on.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie.
Are you about to cook a cobbler?
When I was younger, I would get the biggest Tupperware we had, my favorite cereal, and just be like,
relatable, really. So relatable queen.
We're all big girls at heart here.
I will say, I will call out all you YouTube girls like that are just make compilations of her. Like, y'all don't comment on her, y'all just make compilations of her. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is not a video for you girls to take and then shit on this girl, because y'all make money off of her. Y'all make money because she does things, I will say. So we have to call or fact this fact. However, Miss AmberLynn, like, not her doing what was her next controversy with the memberships, and she don't want to do the live stream.
Oh my god, literally.
Again, I don't want to do the live stream.
A fear of commitment or something.
Like, I'm tired, I don't want to, I'm scared. Like,
but
girl.
YouTube is like a very demanding thing, especially when you have to get on camera, and she just needs to be like Miss Chantal, just
Oh my god,
Yo.
that's another one. But that's a 2-for-1 because Miss Chantal look like she always has the time of her life. AmberLynn always having like drama, dilemma, stress.
dilemma.
Remember when I do feel bad because I did see this one video where they had called the animal people on her, but then the animal people were like, "No, your dog is fine." I was like,
People
"Leave that lady
act
alone."
like they've never seen fat animals, and it's like, yeah, the dogs or whatever are fat, but they're not. Listen, I've seen some pretty scarily fat cats before, and I'm just like, how is this cat even thriving? To the point where they're like, yeah, he can lose the weight, and he's sitting here in his life vest, swimming in the water, on a treadmill, and I'm like, bro, that's a fat ass animal. But
so, what are some gripes that we have with Miss AmberLynn?
my thing is that
I find her entertaining, Latino shade.
She's entertaining. She's also a little boring sometimes, but my thing is that
it's when she gets depressed.
It's the gaslighting for me. It's the I don't understand why, like the convenient confusion of like not understanding why.
Oh, okay, but it was iconic when she watched herself reacting to herself lying. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
Like, you see, I feel like she has a sense of humor about herself, and I'm like you sometimes. I'm like, if you would commit and do something for, like, if you put your energy into one project, you know you got some followers that would literally finance that.
There were people that wanted to buy the earrings too.
Come on. Like, and I'm pretty sure she got a couple $100 from some people.
Girl, our justor, Miss Zachary was.
Oh, I explained to the people. Ms. Zachary's another YouTube channel, birth from the Gorl.
Yeah, this one randomly popped up on my thing, and again talking about the saga of Miss Chantal and her crazy relationship nonsense, and AmberLynn doing more questionable things.
Speaking about crazy romantic relationships, the Destiny era. Oh, but no, that's another one. Oh, we're about to do that one right now after this one. But Nikocado is a whole different demon.
Because can we talk about what's been recently happening? Because I've been watching a lot of like compilations lately, and I'm like, y'all are still here. Like this one, like remember? Okay, there was a part where like Orlin disappeared and Jasper was around, and it was like some dude in like a panda like hat or whatever. We all know that's you, Orlin. And out here slapping, he's like, you can tell that it was Orlin just how he slapped him in the face.
But you see, even Nikocado, now Nikocado look like he's a motherfucking stick and everything. Like, it's not like, Miss Amber, I feel like you were watching her, like, her real life.
Yeah, her real life is falling apart.
Like, okay, so we had I remember the Destiny era. And then Destiny did her wrong and cheated on her with that other big-ass girl. And like a month later, so I was like, "Oh, you never liked that girl. You was never."
You were over.
Becky looks like she's the true tea because Becky looks like she's done suffer with AmberLynn.
Yeah, and you can tell Becky was kind of losing herself a little bit because she was getting like she was starting to respond to like haters and start acting like a certain way. But now she's kind of just like every little thing. AmberLynn is like, "Oh my gosh, like I don't think I could ever drive," and for whatever reasons, and she's like, "Yeah, but if you lost some weight, could you?"
Gorl, I'm talking to you now, Gorl. You cannot, like, you have to get to the mentality that you have to be self-sufficient. If not, you're going to need somebody else to live your life for you.
If she truly is bedridden, which I'm hoping she's not.
Yes, we're praying that you're not, Mama. Yeah, you need to walk once or twice.
If by chance she is, she's bedridden in a home that she moved into where it was Becky and her roommates. Because the roommates came up with their own, like, cooking channel or whatever, and, like, sometimes you'd hear in the background. So it's like, if Becky moved out and is out doing her thing, you're stuck there.
Literally.
And then eventually you're going to have to go back to your own support system, your family, if you have any left that's willing to take on that. Because let's be real, that's a job.
Yeah. Like, you would, like, legit need to. So it's like, girl, I would say, listen, Juster, I feel like you have the money.
Like when you need help to take a shower.
Right. I feel like you have what is the resources available to see yourself win, but girl, like you're just with this Becky breakup, you need to realize. Because let me tell you, they're also doing this thing where they're like, "Oh, we're broken up, but we still sleep together." I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. Y'all are not broken up. No tea, no shade, no picking up lemonade. Oh, and she's like, "Oh yes, but I did it with Destiny when we broke up." I'm like, that's worse. That means that this is wrong. But this to me tells me like that this is wrong, but because of your own needs, you're going to let it happen.
You're gonna just let it happen because you're not gonna turn down a good time because it doesn't come often your way.
Which hey, me and my sister are eager to see you, AmberLynn, but please just.
I am always eager to see her succeed. I want there to come a time where like we literally have backlogs and backlogs and backlogs and backlogs of videos of her failing and failing and failing until one day it's like, holy shit, she got her shit together and she's like a whole new person.
Look at her now.
And she proved all of us wrong. And it's like, yes, it took all this time, but everyone's journey's different. But what I don't like is the convenience of like acting like you don't understand like why people are acting a certain way because of certain things that you're doing. Like, be accountable for the stuff you're doing. Like, no one else is making you eat all this food.
What? Yeah.
And it's okay, listen, I have an auntie that's really short, and she just recently had a stroke, and she was, like, overweight, and she was always that girl to have diet this, diet that, diet plan this, don't eat this. I lost 2 pounds in my left foot, like, trying to be like, yeah, I'm doing all this healthy stuff, or eating this quote-unquote healthy food to lose weight, but it's like, girl, at the end of the day, you're still having 2 bowls of ice cream and all this other stuff. Like, in moderation, it's not good, and sometimes these diet foods are still not even good for you, like, even in moderation.
I will say, Miss AmberLynn, you stop buying the Jenny Craig, stop buying the this.
Go see a nutritionist and go check yourself in a place where they can actually take care of you.
Tell you something. I'm a big girl, so I'm going to tell you something as a big girl. Anything catered to you as a sugar-free dessert, snack, and pack, and that is a fool, and it is there to trick you into buying more sugar. It's still bad for you. Skinny cow.
Sugar-free Coke, Diet Coke,
no
Skinny
soda,
Cow,
no
Halo Top, Hot Top, whatever.
Like, anything that you drink that has carbonated is probably bad for you. Drink water, and that's it. And if you want something,
sprinkle some lemon in it.
Literally, or juice. And I'm talking about grow some oranges and make the juice yourself.
Juice yourself. Or, okay, listen, in my household, we really like juice too. And
no, fuck that. We're not gonna give you.
Hold on. You could get.
That's true.
You can get V8 Tropicana. It has a decent amount of sugar. It has less sugar than like orange juice that you would buy at the store, and you get some serving of vegetables in there.
No chip, no diet
chips
chip,
and salsa, no nachos,
no special
cheese,
like nothing. Even if these places are like, oh, but you can have our limited time, they are trying to sell you stuff. It's not good for you. Vegetables and literally vegetables, meats, like you can eat all of the natural things in like a natural, like in a orderly time. Because let's face it, she's of a certain size, so she's probably gonna have to eat a couple times a day and have snacks. But those snacks don't have to be cookies and pies and this and ice cream. Literally trail mix. Start with trail mix and M&Ms if it's that bad.
You want to know what I learned the other day? For you to actually sit there and gain weight in a sitting, that means that you had to have eaten more calories than you currently consume in a day at the current weight that you are.
Which is easy to do when you're like at a certain, like at my size, it's still very easy to do that.
I know. So what I'm saying is, like, in this case, your stomach is technically expanding. So in this pursuit of losing weight through your diet, because let's be real, you can't out-exercise a bad diet. 2, all of this is really your relationship with food, not a physical problem.
Every time you get upset, need to cry, or want to stress about something, you pull out a bag of nachos.
Use those 50 journals that you purchased.
Please use those journals, please, girl.
And all the glitter pens and gel pens you bought with it.
Like, use that stuff to stop eating, girl.
But you just have to work through the times where you are just inevitably going to be fucking hungry. Have a fruit.
Like, play games, knit, do something else. You have enough.
Drink some water.
Do live streams where you're like if that's the case, do a live stream where you're like, I don't want to eat, so I'm gonna talk to y'all. Interact with your supporters. Do a Patreon special. Do something. Don't eat. Just don't eat. Like, if you have to make sure and be monetized that you don't eat, go on Patreon, because I'm sure you have certain dishes that are your real sisters and will help you.
Another thing too, stop looking at fucking numbers. She keeps looking and hyper focusing on like the scale. My Fitness Pal.
Oh, I gained 2 pounds. I lost 8 pounds, but then I gained 32 pounds. Girl.
I ate 2 chips, a turkey slice, and this. So
she loves being the calculator.
I got 10 points left on the day, but then because I had this and this, I gained back 10 points. So now I get to have this piece of
cake.
I wouldn't even say cake. Let's say it's like this really high in calorie, like dense something, dessert or whatever. A pie, a custard.
Which it gags me because she will film it and be like, oh, but because here's the thing, she also tries to cheat the system.
Yeah,
like,
there's no cheating the system.
You
bad
eat
diet.
90 points and that's it the day. You start again with 90 points. You don't get layover points. It's not like it's not a cell phone plan.
There's no borrow and
there's
take.
No layover calories. Like, Which again, any nutritionist would be like, first of all, you're not supposed to be eating that. Second of all, you're only supposed to be eating 90 points. Third of all, those don't roll over. Because if not, she gets into her mentalities where she can control what she eats again. And it's like, you are not understanding. You are excusing that cake you're about to eat that you're not supposed to eat.
And you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty of this too. The other day I bought a slice of cake. I literally walked by it like 10 times. You saw how I was sharking around those cookies in Publix? Oh my god, sometimes it's hard.
You were. Listen, like, we all have cravings. Let's not do that.
Yeah, let's be real. We have cravings.
But we're talking about her starting on
She lacks self-discipline.
Yes, like she's starting on these journeys and these Wii Fit journeys where she's literally neglecting the steps. First of all, girl, just don't neglect the steps. It's just that. It's literally just, or if not, she even makes a joke about herself. She's like, oh, here's me starting this again for the 80th time. And it's like, that's kind of not funny no more.
And you know, I'm always the type of person where, like, I've had episodes for certain things where it becomes difficult for me to do certain tasks. So even though it seems like, oh, not such a big deal to do certain things, like, let's say, oh, she took half a mile today. You know, celebrate the small victories. But you're so quick to give up and then be like, well, I have to start over at day one. And it's like, no, you can fail one day and then just keep going. It's a battle of consistency, not how many days into it that you've done perfectly. Like, not everyone is going to be perfect. Like, especially when you're so used to doing things a certain way, you have to essentially go against your own habits, and that takes time. You're gonna fuck up a couple times before you get it down packed.
So, Miss Amber, we're gonna leave it with this, sister.
We're rooting for you, but you got a lot of work to do.
You do, because, girl, if you can't see the destructive patterns, like, you're literally using earthquake on everybody, not giving the girls a turn to protect.
She's using bulldoze, she's using earthquake, she's using magnitude at 8.
Like, girl, we're tired and our speeds are lowered. Leave us alone. Like, come on now.